Alright guys, it's Copper Cutlass, and you guys have probably seen this engine in many videos sitting in the background wrapped up in cellophane. And, I got to talking with my buddy Tim with the blue Fox Body Mustang that I race with and asked him if, he had any valve covers, stuff that we could use. I needed a water neck. He hooked me up with that. It's a little cheap chromey, but for us, getting this fired up, it's going to be good. I got the valve covers. And let me show you guys. So I needed a couple things for this engine, and they were going to be expensive, and I told my buddy I'd help him out, and he's in no rush. Duty calls and, family and getting married and all that stuff, and work, things kind of go by the wayside. But this has been sitting here for a little bit, almost 5 years, I want to say. And, life got really busy for me that time frame. And it just is what it is. So if my wife comes over here, I kind of got the rocker arms in here just for mock-up because I wanted to make sure the valve covers were going to clear. So I left them without the poly lock, so it would push them up as tall as it would go. Plus these push rods are too long. I have to actually measure for our push rod height, or length I should say, to make sure that we're good. But right now we're just kind of mocking things up. These are actually 1.6 Scorpion rocker arms that we're going to be using. And I had them lying around, and we're good. So I just have to figure out the push rod length, which is probably the next thing I'm going to do because push rods are still cheap. I need the push rods, and I need a distributor, and we're pretty much ready to go because I don't need to run an alternator to run this. I just need a battery, charger, and this thing has a hydraulic roller cam, so we don't need any break-in or anything like that of the sort. So yeah, definitely don't need any of that. And there's a couple of other things I want to check out because again, I found most of my notes on this engine, but there's a couple things that I still I forgot what our determined compression ratio was, to be honest with you. And I have that paperwork somewhere, but again, it's been so long, and this is kind of what happens. But I do know that everything was good, and we're gonna run pump gas on this thing. Maybe I'll pay a 110 or something, I don't know. But we're gonna get this thing fired up, and we're really close. Obviously our push rods are too long, no poly locks on there. I wanted to make sure the valve covers were still good because they were sitting for a really long time in this garage. Water neck, port plugs, stuff like that. I needed to install the balancer. Something as dumb as that I haven't done, but I just installed that, torqued down. For now I have the stock bolt in there, but I am going to replace that with an ARP bolt. I've got to make a small little order on stuff. It's got these short EBBK headers. Originally this engine was going to go into like a street type pre-runner, like off-road truck. And obviously this is my big 850 Holly. It's got big funnel web single plane intake on there, which this engine looks pretty badass, and it should be pretty rowdy. It's a 347 stroker, like 11-to-1 compression with a Howard's hydraulic roller cam, so it should be a stout little piece. Hopefully we get to fire this up in the next couple of weeks, because really we don't need much, and I'm going to order those parts probably tonight once I figure this out. And then it's Sunday fun day, so we're going to go ahead and probably pull the fenders out and finish welding them up, which they're over there. You guys have seen videos on that. That'll be for a separate video. For now, I just wanted to let you guys know that we are going to get this thing ready and fired up. I have to figure out where top dead center is. Ford uses 3 different points for TDC, which is very, very, very annoying. So once which actually I think I am at TDC because both of my rocker arms are level here. So that means that we are on the compression stroke. And I did a thumb in the butt and rolled it over, and it looks like our pointer mark is going to be over here, so I gotta get a pointer for this side because it looks like 0 is here, unless we make our own pointer and just run with it, which again, that's not a big deal either. So I just make a little sheet metal tab pointer and make sure that 0 is on 0, and the way to do that, as you guys know, we put a piston stop, go back, forth, you go, mark it, and then go the other way, mark it, and then right in the middle is where your TDC mark will go. And this balancer has marks, so it's really nice. It's gonna make it easy to figure that out and determine that. Maybe it's off a degree or two, but I did degree this cam in and everything on here. And again, file fit the rings, and it's been a while, and I don't know. I think I just followed Hastings' formula. It does have a thin ring packed piston. So I have to go back and reference all that. It's something as stupid as these little plugs here for this bypass, because we got an electric water pump. Oh, there goes my ring camera, letting me know something's going on in the front fucking yard. So yeah, pretty excited to get this thing fired up, and hopefully you guys will watch and follow along. And we're gonna make some noise with this. I'm gonna invite a couple of buddies over to hang out and have a couple beers and some food. And we are going to also take my Goliath fucking engine stand. This is actually going to become the run stand. We're gonna modify this. My old run stand's kind of dinky, and I need something that's gonna be more practical to put away. So I think it is time to make something better. So we are going to make this cherry picker into a run stand. We're going to get rid of our old piece of shit, and then I'm going to buy a new cherry picker that'll fold up vertically, because this thing just kills space, and it's served its purpose beyond what I thought for the price. And we got a lot of steel to work with here to make something really, really nice. And essentially we're going to pretty much I have a spare engine stand. I'm going to cut it. We're going to put that down into one of these tubes, and we're going to set the height, and we'll figure it out. But for now, we'll let you go. Share, like, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, Scott Cutlass, and we'll see you guys around.